A lot of coconut oil and olive oil.
Yes, a lot of coconut oil in desserts. Well, I make, you know, the vegan cheesecakes. That's good too.
Right.
And what else do I put coconut oil in? Oh, that's right, the chocolate. And that's, you know, when we want a sweet treat, that's so satisfying. That's your freezer chocolate. For the most part, I eat simply because that's what my body feels the best when I eat simply, and I'm so full of energy when it's just a little bit and it's simple. I'm very active. I'm always running around too, so that helps. But also when like I'm juicing, you know, I try and practice proper posture and just get the most out of every normal everyday movements. You know, I try and turn those into almost a workout or a stretch. Like when you put the picture of me on my hands and knees doing the floor, some people were like, oh, she's just doing that for the picture. That's absolutely not true. That's the only way I can get the kitchen floors absolutely spotless. When I'm in that position on all fours, it's a great yoga position. I'm stretching my back, I'm stretching my muscles. And
a lot of bodybuilders say that their abs look best after a competition because they are holding them tight the whole time. They're like standing straight, holding them tight, and that tightens your muscles. But if you're sitting slouching all day on a computer, in a car, at the office, then you're compressing and you're getting this bulge, and it just kind of becomes permanent.
Right, just like it becomes permanent if you hold it in. My brother told me that once a long time ago. He said, just hold your stomach in and it'll stay in eventually.
Be conscious of that. You know, if you hold it in, even while you're sitting at a computer or working in a car, hold your stomach in, sit straight. So as far as working out, how much do you work out?
Now 3 hours a week.
So one hour, 3 days a week?
Yes. I wish I could do more. I feel guilty not doing more. I wonder what I could turn myself into if I did more. Yeah. Because you could always improve.
But you're always cleaning and doing things, and you're always active. You're outside in the backyard with your plants, and you're doing stuff. You're not just sitting still all the time.
Right. Not having a TV really helps.
That's a big one.
And I am really good at not being addicted to Facebook or the computer. You know, I can shut it down because I know that, you know, you log on and then next thing you know, it's a few hours later. There's just too much life to live and too much to do. I do like to do juicing at least once a week, which consists of dandelion greens and watercress and kale and purple cabbage and broccoli.
So green stuff, not fruit.
Right. I never touch fruit juice because it spikes your blood sugar level, and it, I believe stuff like that kind of accelerates. It's hard on your body, and when it's hard on your body, it accelerates the aging process. So, is that true?
Sugar cross-links the proteins in your skin, so it helps wrinkles form faster.
Oh, that's right.
Your pancreas keeps shooting out insulin, so it gets a little worn out after a while. You get burned out adrenally, you get tired. Greens keep you going steady. They keep you all mellow and steady all day long. Fruit's great if you eat it. Or if you blend it with the fiber. Just don't separate the sugar from the fiber. Because we eat a lot of fruit. I don't want people to think that we're not into fruit. We eat a lot of fruit. We eat the whole fruit, or we put it in the blender, so you've got the whole thing. So what other ways do you cleanse?
Oh, the enema is amazing. I remember, well, Marcus, you turned me on to enemas, and you turned me on to a neti pot too. When you first had me do the neti pot, do you remember what I said? No. I said, oh, why don't I take a string and put it in my eye and pull it out of my nose while you're at it? The neti pot's amazing, especially in this dry climate we live in Vegas. It's absolutely important to do that. But the enemas, I wish I would have known about enemas so many years ago, because now I found that all I have to do is an enema and that horrible feeling is gone.
Even gas or bloating?
Yeah, gas and bloating, it cures it all immediately. It helps you
sleep better at night, you're more calm.
It makes you feel so lighter.
It cleans everything.
Oh, it's amazing. And, you know, I know some people might say, well, that's not natural because, you know, your body should do it itself, but
it's water. And this isn't a natural world.
Right.
Cars, computers, jet fuel in the air, that's not natural. We have to help the body deal with the modern world.
Right. So any way you can help it.
Another thing that affects weight gain is with the adrenals burnout. You know, they're connected with hormones and digestion and everything else. Your body just doesn't work as right. So if you don't get proper sleep.
You're all reminding me of all this. Yes, I try and stress to my son so bad. Please go to bed at least once or twice a week at 10 o'clock p.m. So you get the healing hours from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m.
Right.
Makes so much sense. When I go to bed at a decent time, I feel so much better. I could feel it the next day.
So let's recap the basics of how you look so amazing. You don't eat till lunchtime.
And I don't eat after 6:30.
And when you do eat, it's only raw food.
That's right.
Fruits, vegetables, anything from the plant world.
I spend 98% of my time in the produce section getting my groceries. And then I'll just go out into the middle of the store and I'll get olive oil, sun-dried tomato, and coconut meat and coconut water. I mean, just those few ingredients in the center, but the majority is...
They sell coconut meat in the freezer section now, so you don't have to scoop out the coconut yourself.
So let's recap. So we don't eat first thing in the morning. Also, I really try and do one meal a day. There's nothing wrong with doing one meal a day. Yogis and religious people in different countries only have one meal a day at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And they go to bed at a decent hour too, and they wake up with the sun.
Actually, my bodybuilder friend, Danny Dalton, I did a video on him, raw food bodybuilder. A lot of time, he only eats one meal a day. It's a big one, but he only eats one time a day.
It makes sense.
Yeah, well, that means for like 20 hours a day, he's fasting.
Right.
And he's not getting skinny, he's gaining muscle, but you only gain muscle if you're working out.
That's right. Because my body didn't have all this food to digest. It was healing whatever was wrong with me. Whenever I would injure myself, which I did a lot working in that restaurant, heaving and hoeing, I would hurt for maybe a couple minutes and then fine. My body was not busy digesting food. Your body takes up so much energy digesting food, but I could physically see inside me. I could feel what it was doing. It's like, oh my God, we don't have any food to digest. So let's go up and do what we were intended to do. Clean and protect the body and fight off whatever's going on. I felt like, oh my God, she's got a little bit of cancer sprouting up here. Let's get it, and they got rid of the cancer. Oh, she just banged her foot, and I got the chills. My body went into shock. It hurt so bad for 3 minutes. Gone. I know that if I wouldn't have been eating that, if I would have been on a regular cooked food diet, I probably would have broken my foot.
Well, think about it.
I probably would have had diagnosed with cancer.
That's what we do as people on our day off. We clean the house, we take care of notes on our desk, we take care of unfinished business that's been so fasting is the body's version of that. Well, it's its day off. It doesn't have to digest. So let's see, what loose ends do I have to clean up here?
Right.
It's cleaning the kitchen of the body.
Right, so. And same as sleeping is so important too.
Rebuilding. That's rebuilding.
Right, and your brain never shuts off, and it has to clean too. Right. And remember who was that amazing scientist back in many years ago? He said our brains flush itself at night, and somehow he knew that, and actually that's true. They come to find out that only when you're sleeping does that function happen in your brain, that cleansing action.
And you can only cleanse and sleep really well if you haven't eaten before you went to bed. Otherwise, you're not totally sleeping.
It's really important to know all these things. There's so many things to know that you can, different ways you can help your body.
It's not how much you eat. It's
it's not the quantity. It's the quality.
It's the life force and the power within what you. If you eat raw, powerful food, especially wild plants and stuff, that's why I made the green formula. You don't need very much. You just need a tiny, tiny bit, and you've got all the power and minerals and saponins and sterols and alkalis and glycosides and everything that you need to be fully working.
This is kind of important. I need to say something. I don't endorse 800 calorie a day diet. After doing that for 2 or 3 months, I felt one day my body actually shutting down. It was like, and I was working in the restaurant and it said, no more. And I had to take off and go lay down, and I had somebody bring me some almonds and dried mango, and I slowly ate it, and it was like I had to force myself to eat it, and I was like, oh my God, this is kind of like what an anorexic must feel like when they eat food, you know? Just so weird, because I barely ate. It's not good. I mean, a low-calorie diet, sure, but that was just too little amount of food. And as soon as I started, you know, eating, I immediately felt my body coming back alive, and I said, okay, no more.
Like Joseph Hill, the other guy on this weight loss special, he said, eat all you want as long as it's raw food.
Right.
He said you can eat all the fats and oils and
right.
food, nuts, greens, vegetables, fruits, as long as it's raw plant food from nature. You can eat as much as you want.
Well, you know, you're not supposed to overeat anything.
Right, I don't think he overate, but the point is, people count calories all the time.
Oh, yeah. I've never.
We have no idea how many calories we just do.
Never.
Like, if we're not hungry for a day, we don't eat for a day. If we're hungry, we eat a lot. I mean, it's just whatever we feel at that moment.
Another indicator that I'm gaining a little weight and I have to reel myself back in is I don't know if I should say this. If my inner thighs touch.
I like your gauging. That's a good system.
But counting calories, that doesn't make sense. It's not correct anyway.
I don't think there's any way to really know for sure how many calories anything has, because it's all
right.
So many factors that could change it.
Exactly.
You know? And it's not only that, it's how well are you digesting and assimilating the nutrients you're eating. And where was it grown? Was it grown in soil that has no nutritional value, like most farm food? You know, that's why I made the
wild formula.
Yeah.
Right. So I got to really know my farmers at the farmers market and talk to them. And your wild formula is exempt from GMOs, as well as the sprouts that they sell. I'm sure every farmer's market has a sprout farmer that offers sprouts now. They're grown indoors in a container, and I know I'm safe with that too. And I know my strawberry farmer, he's far away from GMO farms. So you have to really get to know, your
Great.
farmers, and don't trust just because it says organic. What a world we're living in.
And usually when she makes me something, like something really amazing dessert or dish, she takes one bite and gives the rest to me.
Exactly.
But she's never hungry.
But it's not that I do it because I want to be skinny. I do it because I just feel so good. And the first time I fasted, like my third day, I was like, oh my God. When you fast from doing anything, be it cussing, fasting, you notice how many people around you do it so
dirty.
often.
Yeah.
They do it so frequently, and you're like, my God, you feel so separate, almost,
angelic.
Yeah, I had no idea how spiritual the feeling was. When I first fasted at 25, I was so clean, and there was no layers of toxic and food and stuff. So like every day, I think every hour maybe you don't eat, things are falling off you.
Right.
And you become clairvoyant. The mental clarity that you feel, it's a feeling that you can't buy for all the money in the world.
Yeah, I started being able to read people's thoughts. It was pretty freaky. And I know how animals are.
Yes.
That's how animals can sense things without understanding our English language.
That's right.
It's pretty
You finally
amazing.
got an understanding of how animals communicate.
Yeah, so cleansing, being clean, physically, emotionally, mentally is a big part. The cleaner you are, the less you need, the less fuel you need. And if you have really powerful fuel, you don't need much of it. Only eat it during the sunlight hours. As soon as the sun goes down, stop eating.
Right. And Marcus, let me ask you, when your body is busy digesting food, that heavy breakfast, then your lunch, then a dinner, doesn't that take its toll on your body cause age acceleration? Doesn't that take you quicker to your grave?
Yeah, because you're working around the clock. It's like any worker that gets overworked. After a while, you just kind of drop. You're wearing out the engine of your body. You know, if you give it a chance to heal, it's like going on vacation. You come back a new person.
Oh, yeah.
And you do this every day. You take a little mini vacation every day. You wake up a new person.
Well,
anybody who goes to bed with a full stomach, they don't totally sleep because their body's digesting the whole time they're trying to sleep. Then they wonder why they wake up tired, why their adrenals are shot, why they have bags under their eyes, why they're not happy, why they can't think straight.
Yeah.
And you did all this instinctually.
I do what feels right.
So you're just affirming what I've been telling people all along. You just did it naturally. You didn't know why exactly. You just knew it was the right thing to do. And that's what I tell people. You don't need to know how a car engine works. You just know you get in it, you turn the key, you push the gas, and it goes. You listen to your inner self, and you don't know how or why it's working. You just knew it was the right thing to do.
Now, I mean, what I know now, it's like if somebody would have showed me that back then, that you don't, like our cookbook, you don't have to eat alfalfa sprouts. This is what you can eat. Pizza, pasta, sushi.
Creme brulee, candied apples, yeah, that can't be real.
I know so many people out there, they don't know the first thing really about, well, what do I eat? So
That's why we did the book.
That's why we did the book, and that's why we continue to suggest ideas for like breakfast. Like I really love that avocado breakfast that I make you. I remember
the princess of the Cinderella video.
Yeah, because people usually make mashed avocado savory. Nobody ever made it.
It's guacamole.
Sweet, yeah. It's always.
We make it into a sweet dessert.
Yeah, I remember.
Breakfast.
Yeah, a friend said, "Wow, I never knew you could make avocado sweet." That was 25 years ago.
Yeah.
But now, people are getting hip to it and putting it in their chocolate mousse, avocado, date, maple syrup, or whatever.
Healthy fats and oils, which you need for your brain to work right.
That's right.
Energy.
Well, thank you. I'm sure we can talk forever here.
I really hope this helps.
You should stick around and live here or something.
Do you have an extra room? Oh, forget that. You could sleep in my bed.